Hey there, sports fan. There are millions of hours of wrestling footage out there in the world, and so many of them are lost to the sands of time. But if you've ever watched Storage Wars, you know that everything is pro wrestling.
Ready? Really? That's it. Really?
A mysterious DVD turned up in the Super Studio P.O. box. Unfortunately, it wasn't the ring, but it was a wrestling ring in Pensacola, Florida, 1985.
Hey baby, if you're feeling down.
Woo boy! Put on your Florida best, kids. We're going to wrestling. This local access wrestling show starts out like it should, with a Saturday Night Live style opening. Live from Pensacola, it's Saturday night! It's All-Star Championship with the Georgia Cowboy, Kid Natural, Bobo Brazil Jr., your cousin's stepdad, your cousin Eric, Honey Boy, Huggy Bear with creepy substitute teacher Mr. Mike, an actual wrestler, California Hippie Mike Boyardee. And back from the front lines, it's referee Phil Phillips and your host, Ben Masters. Ben Masters' opening monologue sucks and is barely even funny at all.
David Owens, our second referee for today's program. An interesting situation has occurred here on All-Star Championship Wrestling.
This show is stupid. This show is stupid. Masters brings in the regional manager, Dick Dunn,
And Dick,
who is so stressed out about the tag team championship situation that it's tearing his marriage apart. Dick Dunn introduces the California Hippie and Terry.
Shouldn't even have to explain to either one of you. You both know
And somehow there's no way to tell which one is the hippie.
that a tag team match consists of a tag team.
And he explains tag team wrestling to them like the passive-aggressive shift lead that he is.
You tag your partner. The rules were not changed in the contract in a championship match. It was not a tag team. All four men were in the ring. Stipulations were not put in the contract that it was not a tag team and that the tag team belts would be put up at stake.
I've watched this like 3 times, and I still don't understand the issue. And California Hippie is being very undude.
we got the buzz. I did my part. What was your part?
So Terry Latham calls the commissioner a name.
Dick.
Former champions and apparently recently unmasked as the superstars, Rick and Rock Monroe, come out with their Vince McMahon haircuts. And Assistant Regional Commissioner Dick Dunn doesn't understand how microphones work.
I don't know whether you heard backstage or not. If you had your microphone on, you could understand, and I'll briefly explain to y'all.
The Monroes get their belts back, and manager Mr. Mike shows the world why he's the ultimate mouthpiece of these Sputnik swindlers.
Mr. Dunn, all I've got to say is finally justice was served. I told you so, gentlemen.
Satin, steel, and sex appeal.
Well, that's a weird thing to say.
Please welcome Porkchop Cash.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent entering the ring, Honey Boy Tom Blanton.
And if you Google any of those names together, you'll probably lose your job. Porkchop literally does no moves, one headbutt, and beats the honey-baked ham in seconds.
Color same hook, the leg, 1, 2, 3.
I respect the efficiency. We get the incredibly copyrighted music video treatment of Dirty White Boy, who seems like a real natural. Dirty White Boy. White Boy.
It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.
Smash cut to a tag match with Big Bad Huggy Bear, Leroy Brown, who desperately needs more nicknames.
With his manager advisor, Mr. Mike.
And then the ring announcer makes a mistake, and we should all point and laugh.
And his opponent, the Dirty White Boy.
Hide your catalytic converters and your copper wiring.
Whittly, 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 whittly.
It's the Dirty White Boy. Worth noting, he is not the more famous one.
Their opponents, Mike, the California Hippie Boyette. His partner, Terry.
Fresh out of ideas already, the Dirty White Boy holds on to the Dirty White headlock for several hours and does his best sandbag impression as the hippie pops a hernia. Dirty White Boy looks surprised when the hippie forgets to duck.
Into the rope.
So the California Hippie tests the structural integrity of the Dirty White Boy's orbital bone. Terry Latham gets in and absolutely refuses to sell for Huggy Bear.
Leroy Huggy Bear Brown against Terry Latham. Latham now take it in.
Hippie unleashes his devastating finisher,
The arm whips him into the rope. And a high knee.
but quickly makes up for it with a real kick to the face.
A bad news team.
And they've got Dirty White Boy in trouble, but
Now tag is made. In comes Terry Latham. Catches him.
Terry Latham's kidney bursts mid-match. Far be it from me to try to make sense of any of this, but I have to assume that Terry Latham's injury is legitimate, as Hippie Boy has no other choice but to spam the A button in the ring. And these two look like if two cinder blocks sprouted legs and started sumo wrestling each other. Dirty White Boy tries to steal it. Porkchop Cash comes out, so it's an angle, and begins a sensual massage on Uncle Terry. And Porkchop Cash just super cash ruins the match real quick, so the hippie gets revenge
Running into the hippie. Wait a minute. The hippie pulling Porkchop into the ring.
by absolutely refusing to sell for Porkchop. We're developing a little bit of a trend here, I'm noticing. So Porkchop gets redundant.
Shut up and be quiet.
Pork Boy explains he was trying to help.
I came out to help you. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you're going.
And then explains what happened no less than 3 times.
But let me tell you one thing, hippie. The man was hurt on the floor. But I tell you one thing, to help him 2-on-1. So let me tell you one thing, Ben. You know, and he attacked me. But let me tell you a thing, hippie. I'm the man coming to help him. I'm going to tell you one thing. The man was hurt. Let me tell you one thing, Mike.
They throw it to a commercial, but then Porkchop remembers what he wanted to say,
Wait a minute. Let me tell you one thing, Mike.
but then immediately forgets again and just starts re-explaining everything.
And I came out to help him.
Promoter Brody Yodom
Promoter Brody Odom.
comes out to explain the square root of All-Star Wrestling. So Porkchop Cash requests a change in the already announced card coming up in Pensacola and wants to wrestle Hippie Buns, but the graphic they put on screen says it was Terry Latham's request on account of that's probably some kind of Florida law. Somewhere over the rainbow starts playing, which can only mean Bobo Brazil Jr. is here, and probably no-selling Bobo Brazil Jr., and fed up with all you kids romping back there, stepdad Pat Rose is here, currently setting the indoor record for tallest tights. And the trend continues, and Bobo Jr.'s moves are not for sale, as Pat Rose quite literally does 100% of the offense in this match.
Picks him up and drops him.
And chin lock after 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 chin lock. And Bobo finally starts to mount some offense, but Pat Rose refuses to pretend it's real. He won't even entertain the notion of Bobo's back elbow, and this is painfully ridiculous. Rose appears to be mad for real, refusing to sell the shoulder to the stomach, repeats the same elbow drop spot, and quickly decides that the only move he's going to sell tonight will be his own. Bobo Brazil Jr. finally gets an offensive move. And even gets to do his finisher.
Arm whips him into the rope and caught him with that Bobo. That Bobo but has made a lot of men go down, coming in lateral press. And Pat Rose kicks out.
But Rose won't even give him a 1 count.
Now Brazil with
Butt, Cocoa Butt.
Bobo Butt, Cocoa Butt.
And Brazil catches him with a flying Cocoa Butt.
And I think I'm finally starting to understand the naming conventions as Bobo lays in the Cocoa Butt, hooks the Cocoa Butt, but Rose decides to make a compromise at 3/5 of a 3 count. And Cocoa butts the Bobo Butt into a Cocoa Butt of his own, and Bobo Butt gets a mouthful of cocoa nuts.
Your winner of this match, the electrifying Pat Rose.
Assistant Regional Commissioner, Southeast Region, Dick Dunn is here with his interview show.
To interview and get some interesting highlights of your favorite wrestlers.
And his guest is, of course, the apparently asleep Mr. Electricity, Pat Rose.
I understand you're from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, so we're from the native state there.
Yeah, sure.
Here to tell us if he was our real dad, we wouldn't be such a
So you must keep your body in pretty good shape.
Well, that's true. I try to train with weights every day, try to wrestle every night.
So what we try to do at All-Star Championship Wrestling is bring the very best.
We'll let you know when they get here.
Look, hey, I got 2 dogs, $2, and 2 wives, and I got to feed them all.
Never mind all that shit. Let's find out what makes the California Hippie an actual hippie.
And let me tell you, let me tell you something to start off with. You know, this leg's been broke 9 times.
Okay, but what about a hip?
I've had 4 broken necks,
Okay, but do you wear like a poncho?
11 concussions.
Do you at least walk around shoeless?
I've had my collarbone sticking out.
All right.
My arm's been broke.
Okay.
This knee's pinned and wired together.
Yes, sir.
And Terry Lazy's gonna come in and be a crybaby and lay outside the ring and let me do all the work.
Ah, typical hippie. He can't even say the word work.
And he don't even have things done in his head right. He's supposed to be the brain.
A lot of people might say I'm stupid. I don't know. I don't think I am. Like, I'm probably smarter than that. I mean, this thing here is smarter than me, I guess, but it has a battery.
Pensacola is my town, brother. And I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna beat you, and curse you, and I'm gonna beat you. You have it? You got it?
Tag team action as the Sputnik Monroe boys and I Don't Even Know You, Mr. Mike face off against Kid Natural and the Georgia Cowboy Dennis. And again, there's no clear way to tell which one is the cowboy. Cowboy Dennis starts us out fast.
I wanted to be a cowboy, baby. I wanted to be a cowboy, baby.
The cowboy tags in Kid Natural, who innovates new ways to make wrestling bad.
Arm whips him into the rope. That time misses.
And I'm starting to think that ACW might just stand for all chin locks, whether you like it or not.
The mask coming off.
Well, I do remember.
While Suck Monroe charges up his finisher, does his cool taunt, but doesn't even get a 1 count.
Still. And he comes into the ring, dropping all that weight.
And then the match just runs out of TV time.
The bell is sounded, the time has expired.
The return of Pat Rose and the Dirty White Boy.
That's right, Daddy. You're looking at the one and only, the Dirty White Boy, often imitated but never duplicated. Like Coca-Cola, I am the real thing, Bobo Brazil Jr. I whipped your daddy in Cleveland, Ohio, and we're going to whip both of you right there in Pensacola, Jack.